Audience feedback became a vital aspect in both the production and reception of Documented. In order to create the media product, we first needed to establish a target audience. To do this, we conducted a survey in our sixth form. The age group that was readily available to us was 16 to 18-year-olds, so we decided that they would be our target age group. The survey was predominantly to establish a genre. We asked our audience what films they enjoyed watching most, and this concluded to be horror. Therefore, this became our chosen genre. After gaining this information, we were able to form a focus group which became an important part of decision-making throughout the process of the film. It was also important to remember aspects of the uses and gratifications theory.
Part of the production process meant us producing ancillary tasks, which involved us individually creating a poster and review page based on our film. Our focus group played an essential role in making creative decisions for both of these products. Whilst producing the poster, it was imperative to consult the focus group with new developments and ideas. This feedback enabled us to make a product both we and our target audience were pleased with. Whilst making the second draft of the poster, a member of the group fell in limbo for an aspect of the page. The slogan "Don't Press Play" had a luminous green play icon taken from a camcorder, replacing the A. However, a member of the group felt it was too bright and discordant in contrast to the rest of the colour scheme. This constructive criticism enabled the member of the group to make changes and keep a certain consistency in the product. Another member of the group came across some issues during the production of the poster also. The focus group found their central image to be too dark. Therefore, they went back to create the second draft with a brighter image so that it would be reflective of the themes within our film.
The tagline became an issue with a member of the group also, as the style he had used was not consistent with the rest of the poster. After creating another draft that completely excluded the tagline, he took both versions to the target audience, who on deliberation decided that the second draft looked better in both style and form. One member of the focus group said, "The tagline took attention away from the image. Without it, the image becomes the focal point of the poster." A problem we all found with each of our posters was filling up the space. We found that to begin with, they all looked very bare. To resolve this, we all made various versions of our poster and took them to our focus group. This proved to be an enormous help as it enabled us to make quick decisions with our target audience in mind. Altering the posters enabled audiences to ask questions about the film, abiding with the social aspects of uses and gratifications theory. From feedback we gathered, we found that our target audience wanted to watch the film more through being intrigued by our posters.
Creating the review page meant we needed to base our designs on something. Therefore, we once again took to our focus group and target audience and gathered information about what the reviews they tended to read. From asking this, we found that Empire and Total Film were the most popular review pages or websites read by 16 to 18-year-olds. Therefore, we looked into the style of these reviews. One member of the group decided to alter the conventional layout of Total by adding a series of mini-reviews along with the review of Documented. In order for this to be successful, it's important for him to consult the focus group on whether this would be a good route to go down. Although there were some who disagreed, the majority of the group felt that the layout provided a different look to the review.
Other members of the group decided to go for a more classic layout, with just a central review Documented. However, both members of the group who decided to do this came across the trouble with the layout of the text. In their original drafts, there were only 2 columns intended for text. However, after meeting with the focus group, it became clear that this wouldn't work. The reason for this being that it was not a common convention of reviews to only have 2 columns of text. The usual convention is 3. From this feedback, both group members changed their text around and reworked the reviews to make them more resembling of the Empire or Total Films review pages. As a collective group, we found that during our ancillary tasks, it was important to include the focus group in our decision making in order to reach our goal of pleasing our target audience in all aspects of our production.
The focus group were not only vital during the ancillary tasks, they also proved significant in the production of the film. Throughout editing, we had a series of ideas that sprang to mind that could clearly not all make the cut, so we needed a medium to give us an alternative opinion on certain aspects of the film. An example of this cropped up whilst we were creating the intro and ending credits for the production. We had a variety of fonts and transitions we wanted to use to create the credits. Through looking at them all, we had narrowed it down to a few and decided to go to our focus group and ask for their opinion on which one we should use. One transition was a typing style and one a simple dissolve onto the screen. From talking to the group, we found that the dissolve was more applicable and fitting with our film. However, the group still liked the typing, but they felt it was too much for all of the credits.
They instead suggested we have it somewhere on the film on a smaller scale. From this feedback, we put the typing of Documented during the ending credits. Once our production was complete, we took the final cut to both our focus group and wider audience of 16 to 18-year-olds. We left the room so there were no biased reactions, and once the film was finished, we came back asking for feedback on the film. The majority of the audience enjoyed the film, saying it was definitely something they would normally watch and enjoy, which of course was good news to us.
Audience feedback taught us that it was fundamental to include the opinions of those apart from ourselves during the production. Having alternative opinions gave us the opportunity to stand back and look at our film without biased eyes. Having a focus group and a target audience proved to be an imperative element towards the creative decision making and the outcome of our film.